Here with RCU United coach Greg Petersen following the 5-0 win here at John Hunt Park. Greg, good showing in the end. First 60 minutes was a little lackluster, but the second half definitely the team picked it up. Able to put 3 goals in a span of 5 minutes and then really turn the tide of this game.
Yeah, I mean the first half it was a complete, it was poor, and mentally we weren't sharp. We didn't play sharp, and I think I'm not a big yeller and a screamer, but I preached a little religion at halftime, and it seemed to rub off and work.
You know, Coach, you started the season, big expectations, a lot of building from last year. Obviously going into your playoffs this next weekend, how does this game compare to you guys? Do you feel like the guys were sharp, or what's the message you're going to send to the team?
Well, it's a game of 2 halves, isn't it? I mean, the team we're playing, the Erie Admirals, they're very direct, played English style, not much build-up. And if we played like we did the first half, we would be packing our bags already. Second half's a different story, and we were sharp. They didn't give them time and space, and the biggest issue that I had in the first half, we weren't playing fast enough, and they picked that up tremendously, and then it's a strength of ours once we play like that.
Going into this next game, you got 4 days of training. We'll travel on Thursday, so on 3 days this week, short week. What's your main point this week?
We got to be sharp. I mean, coming into a championships, we got to be prepared for set pieces. And we have the ball, and also we got to be prepared for penalties. A lot of teams make mistakes going to the tournaments, not knowing who's taking the penalty until, oh shoot, we got penalty kicks. Now, we got to be prepared for that. There's some issues. There's some common things that we've been addressing all year. And one of the things is mentally, the first 20 minutes of a game, we're not sharp. We got to address that. The good news is we're playing an opponent. I think that's going to promote that. So, we're, like I said, we're going to take care of the little details and get ready for next week.
Any update on the Kippisville-Fana injury?
He'll be fine. He twisted his knee a little bit, and then we just brought him out precautionary. The trainers, they feel pretty confident they'll be available for next week.
Any other issues with availability for next week?
No, everything's fine. I mean, Michael Biggs and Fredo Kell didn't play. We just, they're slight little, we didn't want to, we didn't aggravate them and, take any chances. And Kyle's taking care of finals down in Atlanta, so our whole central midfielder wasn't here tonight, and it gave an opportunity. Kirk just got back from Sweden, and it was more of a fitness test, but the way he played the second half was quite nice, and Brian did a good job in the second half also. They both, like I said, I was very surprised when you have players like Pirtle and Brian and Kirk. I mean, athletically, these guys are exceptional athletes, and they didn't really show it until the second half.
Who stood out for you tonight? You think who you may were on the bubble with really getting in there for the playoff game? That kind of who was your?
A big focus tonight was the back line. I wanted them to play as a unit. Norbert is, bless his heart, he's played all over for me this year, but it's going to be very important we have players that are calm under pressure next week. So it's important that back, was right. Willoughby's been a special player all year long. We had an anemic first half, and the second half, I mean, he woke up and played really well. And other than that, Rafa, again, he had a game at we need Rafa to play well for this team to be successful, and he played very well the second half. And again, with this group, it's just little simple things we need to work on, especially with our attack. We need to be more collective, and sometimes we're guilty of being too individual.
I like what I saw out of Paul Turner tonight. He fed Rafa some good balls, a couple of assists. Is he looking to be in the mix for the Final Four?
Oh, Paul's been fantastic. He goes to Union where Kurt coaches, and Kurt said before Paul showed up, he'll grow on you, and he has. He's done quite well for us. So, if Villafana, if there's a problem there, having Paul Turner in the field is a nice solution. So there's nothing to worry about that.
Looks like you got the team fine-tuned for the playoffs here, and good luck to you next week, Greg.
Thank you very much.
Coach, get after him next week.
All right.